Hey guys, what's up? Before I say something, just know that this video was recorded on my sister's iPhone, so that's why you can see some iPhone things. But anyway, so now I'm gonna get into the video. Now, do not send hate to anybody mentioned in this video, but one thing that I do not like about the brand new Ice Cream 2 update is how it's just a little bit harder. And, I just don't like it, to be honest. Now, this is my opinion. Don't go harassing the creators. Don't harass Kaplarians. I like it for a couple of reasons. And one of those reasons is because, first off, the graphics are way more better. I love the new graphics. It's just, chef kiss. You cannot get better graphics with this. But also, one thing that I do not like now is how they didn't even change the Jay's model. They just made him a little bit more skinny, so now he just looks like a pencil. Another thing that I don't really like is how they reuse a lot of voice lines from the other games. Now, yes, I know, what if the voice actors wasn't free at that time, and yeah, and all that. I'm not mad about it, it's just, I don't really like it. But, it's okay, they're still a small company, so we shouldn't rely on them too much. They do good, but they're still a small company, so we shouldn't hate on them always for, the little details. But another thing that I like now is probably one thing that a lot of people like, is how now, I like how there's now a saving part. But I wish you got the chance to save where you want to save. But also, I love how every time that you complete something, it not only saves, but it also gives you another item that you can complete the other thing to, finish the game. But also, it doesn't really make sense realistically. And yes, I know it's a game, and it shouldn't be realistic, but, it's just not really my cup of tea. I don't think it's that. I just feel like it doesn't make sense, because why inside of the church, why would there be a special pass? It made more sense when we had to grab it out like the garbage, because, someone would have thrown it away. But the only way that you can make that make sense is by just saying that someone left it in there. One thing that I do not like is how, these things called, electric charges, whatever they're called, you have to have these to play the games. I don't like it. Because what if I want to play the game and if I don't have them? It's just stupid to me, to be honest. I don't like it. Again, this is my opinion. If you like it, good for you. If you don't, good for you. I honestly, personally don't. I'm not going to make a giant fit over it. I'm not going to cry until my eyes bleed. But, just good for you if you like it. But, I like it, and I like the new maps. The new maps are actually really cool. I feel like the new maps are way more better than the old ones. Now, if you like the old ones, again, I already said this enough times. Good for you. If you don't, good for you. I'm tired of saying this. But anyways, one thing that I personally think is, okay, but I don't know. I don't like it, but I like it, in that between, is how there's now Kaplarian coins. I'm happy that, right now, there is no way that you can just pay to get them, and that you actually have to pay the game. You actually have to play the game to get them. And that's what I like. But I also don't really, I don't really like it. It's just something feels weird about it. They already did that system with Ice Cream 8, as you can see if you're looking at the gameplay right now in the background. Good for me, I'm at least winning. I die 3 times in this video, I gotta be honest. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at this game. I think this is gonna be my final thing that I gotta say that I do not like, is how the weapons don't even do anything. Now, the weapons, they barely even do anything. You only have 3 slots, and that you have to watch an ad if you want to get all 5. And, it's just something that bugs me a little bit, And now, if you like it for some reason, good for you. But I also don't like how, the weapons used to knock out the killer Rod, but now they just stun him for like 5 seconds. That's like, it's just, I don't really like it. The old version was a little bit better. Alright, so now recently, just today, I played part 1 update. I only played like part 2, but now I got to play part 1 update. So now I'm gonna talk about what I like, what I don't, blah blah blah, la la la, blah blah blah. Anyways, so one thing that I like now is just like Ice Cream 2 newest update. There's now items. Whenever you complete one mission, you have another mission that you have to complete, and it gives you one item that you can complete that one little thing for. But one thing that I don't like is how whenever you have the paintball gun, now you have to shoot through the bars. It was way more easier in the first version. But now it's way more harder, because then you have to get it just right to open it, to open the gate thing. But also, I feel like the game has gotten way too easy a little bit. Whenever you get to that place where you can get gas, you used to have to go back to the stall to get the gas thing, so you can, the gas bottle. But now it's just right there, which doesn't make sense. It made more sense when it was just inside of the stall, because Rod would have used it to fill up his van. Another thing that I noticed is how maybe it's way more realistic how you need to get the key to open the door to the claw thing with, what I'm talking about if you played this game before. You have to get the key for that. But, also, I don't really like how, now this isn't a problem. This is just something that's alright, but also kind of confusing for me. Is how you have to just guess and keep on pulling the levers until something finally works. Because it took me almost 2 minutes to figure out which button to which. The game was easy, way more easy than before. But, I just hope they keep on going with this. And, yeah. I think one of the stories in, the first version, or maybe the second game of Ice Cream, or the first game, I think that's gonna be a story about that officer guy, and that granny, and also, where did they even find that secret layer? It does make sense, there's one of them, one of them, have permission to live in that secret layer, because they obviously stay there a lot if you look at the scores. I don't know. But now I'm going to get back on track about what I like and what I don't. What I think about the games overall, it's kind of a love/hate relationship. I love it. I love the new updates. The graphics are way more better. And honestly, in my opinion, they're way more better than the 8th game graphics. And obviously, all the other games' graphics. But that's my opinion. But, I don't like it for the reuse samples, all that other stuff. But I do like it for a lot of other stuff. It's love, hate, and just everything. And also, how did Rod see me through the walls, bro? That does not make sense. Never mind, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked with that stupid background gameplay. But anyways, for the third game, I think they're going to do, a lot more stuff. I hope that they give us, more than just one electric shot in the game. And, I'm just happy if the graphics get way more better. Obviously it is. But, yeah, that's kind of thing. But also, I think there would be way more alternative endings to this game. I don't think the stories are gonna be about different characters. Now, yes, they might be about the different kids and what happens, but I think that they will also be, completely different things. Like, maybe we get to see what the security guard is, and why did he call the police? And also, just some more things to learn more about these characters. And also, what did Mike use to make the plasma gun? Yes, that's its name. I think it's called the plasma gun. I'm pretty sure that is a plasma gun. That's what I think it is. I don't remember the name because I'm kind of silly in the head. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I think. And, we can just figure out later. But I think the stories can also be about way more characters, and also I hope we get to see more memories of Jay. Just different memories. That would be way more cooler. And also, I feel like I need to say this, but I don't think there will ever be a zero game, unless if Kaplarians decide to make some more money grabs. I mean, they're not a money-hungry company, unless if you look at the shorts, even though the series have been long gone. But anyways, I don't really think they're going to make a zeroth game. I think the stories are going to meant to be like the zeroth game. So I hope people stop asking for for a ninth game. Cause Jesus Christ, it's just annoying at this point. Not even funny. It's just, I don't know why people still think that this saga is going to go any more longer than it already has been. So yeah, that's mostly all I have to say for, many of the games. Now, I'm not going to end the video yet, so, I think soon I'm probably going to make a follow-up video. And also, I heard news saying that, that the third ice cream, update, it's going to be coming in 2026. Not this year. So yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm so impatient. I want it right now. Ugh. So yeah, maybe you agree with my opinion, maybe you don't. I hope you do like my opinion. You don't need to. And if you don't want to like and subscribe, then that's alright. This is mostly the end of the video. I talked about what I like, what I don't, and also, yes, soon I will probably reuse this, gameplay, because, I'm not about to play the game again, just for another gameplay. Or, I might just use a different gameplay, in the second update, or third update. In the first update. Now I'm going to end the video now. So, like and subscribe if you want to, blah, 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 blah. And bye.